Well, hello there, all my friends who love miniatures on the interwebs. I'm Doc Eon. It's Monday. I'm here to ramble about miniatures. It is in fact Monday the 14th of March, 2022. And here we have a selection of Reaper miniatures, mostly pirates. Some old ones like this metal tiefling pirate. And, well, most of them are metal actually. So this is an old female pirate. I'm not sure if this is actually a pirate. It could be just a fighter, but has a kind of a saber looking sword or something. This is definitely a pirate with a pistol and the bandana. This is just a blacksmith, an elven blacksmith, unusually. And here we have a sort of a Goliath with a huge harpoon and a cannon strapped to her back. And then there's the Minotaur pirate. Now, some of these colors are very bright, but I decided, I painted some muddy looking miniatures last week. I decided to go really bright this week. Oh, and there's this myconid mushroom guy that is actually the same model I already had from Bones 4, but it turned up as a bonus mini 1 month when I ordered from Reaper, so I got an extra copy. Yeah, so 8 minis, of which one is really big. This took a long time to paint because he's so big. I'm not sure if I should have perhaps painted his skin some other color than brown. I'm not sure if it stands out from the belts, from the leather. It's a different brown. I'm not sure it's distinct enough, but oh well. I mean, when you're looking at it like this, all these belts are in shadow. You don't see them unless you pick him up, so it's kind of a wasted effort. Mostly you see his back, but oh well. But yeah, they got done, and it was a productive week, and I'm pretty happy about that. So let's see what else we can look at this week. This is the current lineup of works in progress. In the back we have the new Bones minis that I started prepping last week. I showed you them then. 7 of them. And in the front we have 2 that were started last week and still haven't been finished. So still got a little backlog, not as much as before. Working on it. These 2 village folk, I think I'm going to be bringing these to the game store tonight to finish them up, to the paintings evening. And probably a couple of the ones I'm going to show you next as well. But there's not a lot to say about these dudes really. I've started painting them a little bit from top to bottom, so to speak, doing their hats and caps and hair. First thing I've done. I'm gonna move on to the skin and the metal and the wood and the leather, and finally any other clothing. I realized I'm gonna have to look up some reference to what colors actually are a goose. The image I get in my head is kind of a dirty white, but I think there's some variation. They're not all white all over, are they? Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that. Luckily we have the internet. Anyway, let's move on to stuff you have not seen before. This is the latest prepared stuff, newly primed. We have a pirate lady from Reaper. We have another possibly pirate lady and some sort of fish familiar. I'm not sure what this thing is supposed to be, but it's kind of fishy looking. It came in the same blister as this mini. And these 2 are a pair as well. The sort of halfling pirate sailor with his big goblet, and the dodo, who is his pet and who has a sort of necklace of some sort. A little odd. But yeah, some amusing figures to keep working on. Now, don't quote me on this, but I think these are the models I'm going to prep for next week. It's a combination of stuff from these loose minis that are not in packaging are from the Kickstarter, the Bones 5, the Brinewind expansion, and then we have a couple of blisters with metal models. Also Reaper, and also pirate themed. So, still sticking to that for a while longer, till all the pirates are finished. Yeah, it'll give me enough to be working with, I think, and hopefully not too much or too little, but just enough. Not much else to say about them, really. So, this brings us to the close of this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up. Also share it, or subscribe if you haven't done so. Comment, the usual YouTube stuff. But above all, be back here in a week, same day of the week, same channel, same Doc Eon, who is now signing off.